Alright guys, what's going on? It is your boy Joe for Snake Eyes coming back at you with another video, and today you guys are going to be watching some pre-recorded Call of Duty World War II multiplayer gameplay. Two gameplays in fact, just because I want to make this video a little bit longer so I can talk about Call of Duty World War II's launch, because it hasn't been the best so far. So if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe if you're new, because there's going to be a lot more content coming soon. But starting with the launch, okay, so the launch day itself was pretty good. I didn't actually play it till Friday, so I guess that's technically the launch still. It doesn't really matter if you got it on Thursday or got it any time before that. But with the launch itself, it was good. I was able to get into multiple games and things like that. Everything ran smoothly, but there were a couple things that were just not in sync. Things weren't working, connection issues were bad and things like that. So going to today, the servers were actually down for a good six to 7 hours, somewhere around there. For some reason the servers just pooped. Okay, nobody could get into a game. Connection issues were terrible. Loading times were god awful. Like, it would take like 10 minutes just to get into the multiplayer or into headquarters and things like that. So the connection has been rough lately, but I think they smoothed it out just a little bit right now. You can find multiple games if you log in right now, so that's pretty cool. They kind of have that figured out just a little bit, but I think it's still just a little bit wonky. I think after the first couple of days, maybe a week or so, they'll have everything figured out down to a T, because most Call of Duties have like a rough start every now and then they get better when the game has been out for a longer amount of time. So we just have to wait and see. Like I said, it's only been a couple of days since this game has actually been out. But man, the servers, they were just pooped today. No one could get a game. Like I said, I couldn't get a game, and things have just been messing up. There also been like connection issues, like I said, people not connecting to headquarters and things like that. Headquarters is kind of wonky because you can join headquarters and there's supposed to be a bunch of people there, like multiplayer people that are online and things like that, but multiple people have been joining in those headquarters alone, such as myself. I'm looking at my screen right now and I am alone. Even if I reset the game and all that, I'll still join into a headquarters alone. I've only joined a couple headquarters where there actually been people, but other than that, I still have been alone, which kind of sucks because I can't do 1v1. I can't talk to people and things like that, so it kind of sucks. I'm just walking around just doing nothing because there's nothing really to do when there's nobody else in the headquarters lobby. So that's pretty annoying. Like I said, the load times have been terrible. Sometimes I would leave the game on just to load and would just stay loading for a good 10 minutes. I would go somewhere, come back, and wouldn't be there. And sometimes they'll say the game lobby is closed for some reason. I don't know why. So a bunch of things have been going wrong. I think they're just at a rough patch right now. I do think after a couple days and weeks, like I said, they should have everything figured out. But as of right now, people are just hating it. People are getting annoyed because they can't get into multiplayer games and things like that. But as of recording this video, you are able to get into games. Like I said, I think they did something, or maybe send out a patch or update, something like that, or a hot fix to get multiplayer servers back online. But let me know in the comments down below if you guys have run into any of these connection issues or headquarter issues, and let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, I do want to talk about Call of Duty World War II and how I feel about it right now with the supply drops, the missions, and the divisions and things like that, just for the topic of this video. So starting off with, I guess, the main thing, which is headquarters, which is something new that we haven't seen in Call of Duty before. We have seen it in other games like Destiny. I'm not sure what other games they had lobbies like this in. You guys can let me know in the comments down below. But starting with headquarters, if it wasn't so, I guess, rough right now, I think it'll be a little bit better. It is a cool addition to Call of Duty, you know, going around looking at other players and, you know, their levels and stats like that, doing 1v1s, checking your mail, opening supply drops with other people, doing challenges, checking your score streak, fire range. It kind of just gives you a good place just to hang out when you're just waiting for someone to get online, or you're just in between games and just waiting for people and things like that. So it's a pretty cool addition, being able to do all these things that would normally be on the menu screen. You could actually go and do them. Like I said, opening supply drops, go do missions, go test out the firing range, and do all sorts of things like that. So it's a pretty cool thing that they added. Hopefully they kind of stick to it. I'm not sure if this is going to be a Sledgehammer only thing, or if it's going to go and continue on to be in the other developers' games as well. I think that'd be pretty cool if they continue going with it, but I do think they need to mess around with the settings of it just a little bit, just because, like I said, it is a little bit wonky right now. But other than that, I think the headquarters lobby area is actually pretty cool. It would actually be even cooler if they made multiple areas for this, to where it's not the same thing every single time. Maybe if they do like something for Halloween or Christmas. I'm assuming they will, just because that's what sometimes developers do. They made things like Halloween theme, Christmas theme, and things like that. So I think that'd be pretty cool to see a big Christmas tree in the middle of the division area, and all the supply drops or presents or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. We just have to wait and see what they're actually gonna do with it. But you know, seeing a different area for headquarters would be cool, but I don't know how they would pull that off. But other than that, the headquarters, I think it's good right now. I think they just need to beat out a few kinks here and there. But going into supply drops are pretty cool. If you guys know Modern Warfare Remastered has a similar process for supply drops where they have crafting, where you can craft certain gear, certain cosmetic items for weapons and things like that. So you can grind and get to that, or you can earn them through supply drops. As of right now, the supply drops are cosmetic only. Hopefully they stick to that, not like Modern Warfare Remastered did, where they added bunch of weapons and things like that. It made the game into something different, but hopefully they stick to cosmetics only, because that's what we need. We don't need variants. I'm happier if they, you know, bring us new weapons from the World War II era. I'm totally fine with that. Just don't make any variants to them. Make it so where people can get them without having to pay money. Make it to where they're craftable and things like that. I think something like Infinite Warfare did it right. If they can just incorporate that in some way, shape, or form, I think that'd be a pretty good thing for Call of Duty World War II, in my opinion. But it's also pretty cool being able to watch people open up supply drops, because you get a little bit of XP for it. I think something with the social score, I don't entirely know what that is at the moment. They might introduce something, maybe have challenges or have leaderboards, something like that. I'm not entirely too sure. But supply drops, they're fine. Supply drops are always going to be in Call of Duty no matter what. But going on to the next thing on my list, which has to do with menus. Okay, so menus in this game are a little bit too messy in my opinion. Some things just aren't where they should be, and some things just you don't really know where they are and things like that. I think they need to make it a little bit more smoother, a little bit more clean. I think they should go back to, instead of the tabbing system, just have it to where they have find a match, create a class, options, supply drop area, things like that, headquarters. I think they should do that instead of having a tab system, just because you have to search through the pages and find what you want. Like when it comes to divisions or score streaks or supply drops, you actually have to go to the headquarters to go to supply drops and things like that. I think they should have a little menu screen for supply drops if you don't want to go to headquarters and just want to open them up as soon as you get them. But at the moment there's nothing like that, so I do think they need to clean up the menu system just a little bit. Same thing goes to when you are playing a game and you have to vote for a match. You actually have to hold L trigger or L2 to pull up the voting system to pick a map. And in previous Call of Duties, you would just be able to see the map on the bottom left corner or bottom right, wherever it is, so you can see what maps are there and whether or not you want to play it or not. Because a lot of people, I feel like, don't really use it. I think they just play the game and then whatever map they get, they get. If they don't like it, they back out. Just because I like having, personally, the voting system on the screen so I can see exactly what maps I'm playing. If I don't want to stay in there, I don't want to leave my team hanging by leaving the game when the game launches. I just want to know if I don't like the map, I can just back out whenever I want to, because I can see the maps there instead of having to hold L2. So little things here and there that kind of just like little pet peeves of mine, I guess you can say. How do you guys feel about the menu screen? Do you guys think they're a little bit too cluttered, or do you guys think that they're fine the way they are? Personally, like I said, I think they should just clean it up a little bit, make it a little bit more neater, because menu screens in the past have always been good. There's nothing ever really wrong with them, to be honest. I think once they started changing it like this game did, I think that's kind of where they messed up, because everything's just a little bit all over the place in my opinion. But overall, this game has been fun. The guns seem balanced to me right now. They might have to patch a few guns here and there, such as the PPS-H or something like that. Maybe the SG, I really don't know. The maps are fine. I do think they should add a couple more maps, just because 10 or 9 is not really enough, considering that 4 of them we've already played in the beta. So I think they should just add a couple more just for free. Not behind a season pass or something like that, just to give us a little bit more variety, because at the moment I'm still playing like Ardennes Forest or Aachen and things like that. So, but that's just my opinion. Let me know how you guys feel about that in the comments down below. But I'm gonna end it right here. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see some more Call of Duty World War II gameplay, let me know in the comments down below. But also let me know you guys experienced some of these issues. Do you guys like the menu screen? Do you guys like the game itself? How do you guys feel about it? Let me know in the comments down below. But that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Drop a like, drop a comment, what you guys want to see in the next video. But this has been your boy Joe for Stan, guys. I will catch you in the next video, and remember, stay joyful and game on.
Recon flight concluded. Recon aircraft awaiting orders. Recon airborne searching for targets.
Advance to the bow! Alle da! Braucht Deckung! They're pushing on the front deck!
Fritz 6 bomb ready.
Forward cannons!
Recon flight concluded. Artillery ready for orders, awaiting coordinates.
Hot deck!
Firing primary battery. Target position confirmed. Shot on the way.
Advance to the bow!
Recon air bomb. Firing for full effect.